Hi, this is Richard C. I'm a math tutor at Wyzant, and I'm answering a question submitted by a student. This question revolves around the law of sines. So I'm going to start with the law of sines, and then we'll move on and solve the question, answer the question. Okay, so the law of sines. You have an arbitrary triangle, any kind of triangle, it doesn't have to be a right triangle. We're going to call the angles ABC. The sides opposite the angles are lowercase ABC. This is just standard notation that you have to know. And the law of sines says that the sine of A, angle A, over the side, its opposite side, is equal to the sine of angle B over its opposite side, and that in turn is equal to sine of angle C over its opposite side. So that's what we're going to use here for this particular problem. Okay, so let's go ahead and solve it. And for that, I'm just going to change color. I'm going to draw it again over here. ABC. And in this problem, we're given that angle A is the capital here. So because it's a capital letter, I know that it's an angle. So it's 72 degrees. And then little c is across from angle C. That side is 61. And then the measure of angle B is 16. And what they want to know is this, little a, which is across from angle A. I'll just make that x because we're so used to solving for x. I always like to make it x if it's convenient. I'll make whatever it is I'm solving equal to x. Okay, so the first thing we'll do is we'll find this angle C, and that's just going to be 180 degrees minus 72 minus 16. And that comes to 92 degrees. And you can check this by looking to see if all the angles add up to 180, and they do. Okay, so now we're ready to apply the law of sines here. So we'll take the sine of 92 over 61 is equal to the sine of 72 over x. Now, before we proceed to solve, you want to just be aware of something called the indeterminate form, which means that you can get two answers sometimes if you're in a side-side angle situation. So let's look at our situation first, and then we'll figure out whether we need to worry about a second solution. So notice that we've been given these angles. So we have an angle, an angle, and an angle. And we've been given this side here, 61. And so we have a side angle side situation, right? You have a angle side angle, angle side angle situation, where we're given an angle side angle. And because we're in an angle side angle situation, we don't have to worry about something called the indeterminate form. So I'm not going to cover that today. That's a good topic for another lesson. But I don't want to try to do too much. The guideline for these problems is to try to make them reasonably short, these lessons. So let's just go ahead and solve for x. So x times sine of 92 is equal to 61 sine of 72. And now divide by the sine of 92. We're going to get x equals 61 times the sine 72 over the sine of 92. And when I do that out on my calculator, I'm getting 58.04. So we aren't given any units, so we don't know how long this was. 61 could be feet or meters or whatever. We don't know the units, and we haven't been given any rounding instructions, so I'm just going to round to something that's convenient. That would actually be 58.05. Let me go fix that. And we're done. That's it for this problem. So the nice thing about law of sines and its cousin, there's another law, similar law called law of cosines. And the nice thing about these laws is that they can apply to any triangle. Any triangle doesn't have to be a right triangle. If you do have a right triangle, you probably want to use SOHCAHTOA. You probably do not want to use law of sines or law of cosines. Here we clearly do not have a right triangle. That's a 92-degree angle, not a 90-degree angle. And then we checked for the indeterminate form here, and we're not going to have one. That's about all you have to do for this problem. So that's it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.